So Manchester United have announced Michael Carrick as caretaker head coach until the end of the season. His job? To get Manchester United into the Champions League spots. Good luck, Michael. Now, how will United actually set up under Carrick? Let's run through his tactics to help you understand his football, how it applies to the United squad, and how he's going to change United. Let's talk through all of it. So it's Michael Carrick, ladies and gents, until the end of the season. None of us expected this. Here we are. Carrick, I hope you smash it, man. Come on. Get us into the Champions League. That's his job. How's he going to do it? I'm going to run through the basics of Carrick's setup and system. We're going to see it very quickly against City, by the way. Obviously. A few days. So I'm going to run through the formation used at Middlesbrough, how that applies to United, how you're going to see United play differently, and who the system will suit. All right, I'm going to run through everything. You can let me know what you think in the comments, as you always do. Now, first things first. Carrick uses a 4-2-3-1, used it at Middlesbrough, and I expect him to do the exact same at United. But actually, when you watch how they build up and how they are in possession, a lot of the times, most of the times, you're going to see Carrick's United actually set up with three at the back. Two centre-backs, one full-back coming in, tucking in to make a third centre-back, while the other full-back pushes high and wide. You're going to see width from Carrick's United. You're going to see Carrick's United try and control a game of football. He likes his teams to have the ball. He likes them to be patient. Now, sometimes that can end up making the game a little bit slower, maybe making them a little bit more predictable. With the quality United got in attack, that should help. But let's run through how it looks on paper. This was United's team that played Burnley, all right? Brighton, sorry. And it's a 4-2-3-1. The setup's going to be the same. But this is, as I said, the difference that you're going to see. Just a quick look here. This is the 4-2-3-1 on paper. But what you'll see is United pushing forward and then pushing one of the fullbacks up. We've got Dorgu here. We can actually switch it and do the other side. But you'll see from that as a starting point, it's simply pushing up one of the fullbacks, the other fullback then tucking in to make a three. You end up having two up front. Then you've got five in attack. Ends up being a 3-2-5. You can see where the shapes are going to be. One thing, as I said, I would expect is Senny to be playing a lot more short balls into the players in front of him, right? I don't expect United to be as long and direct. Not that we won't, but I'm expecting us to have more of the ball in our own half under Carrick. Now, I've got question marks about that. But I'm going to show you the system before I add the players into it, because I think this is a curious thing to think about. If that is, and it is how Carrick's going to play, pushing one of the fullbacks up, right? You could push the left-hand side up. Could you not push the right-hand side up? And the reason I'm saying that is because I'm speaking about Ahmad. I'm speaking about how to fit Ahmad and Mbeumo into the same bloody 11. Because if I go, say, that as maybe the strongest starting 11. Martinez and De Ligt with Shaw and Mazraoui. Mainu and Casemiro in midfield. Feels kind of obvious, Mainu and Casemiro in midfield. We'll find out. And Mbeumo, Cunha, Fernandes and Šeško up front. Right? But how does that fit in to this? Because if United under Carrick play with a high left wing back or high left back, who's that going to be? Is that going to be Shaw? Is that going to be Dorgu? Probably going to be Dorgu because he's better towards the opposition's goal than he is his own. But if you do that, you're going to have Mazraoui down there, probably. You're going to have Mbeumo over here, definitely. Šeško, Cunha pushing further forward. That's basically what you're looking at there. And there's no space for Ahmad. I think the question I want to ask is whether this is stupid or not. Playing Ahmad as one of those centre-backs. And actually, as I said, switching the aggression down the right-hand side. So then Dorgu comes off. You probably put Martinez there. You push, probably not Yoro. You probably push De Ligt into the middle. You might go Mazraoui there as the third centre-back. But instead of that being Delo down there, you've got Ahmad. Instead of that being Mount, you've got Mbeumo. And that going forward, that could be the shape. And that could be the attack. It's a hell of an attacking team, by the way. I don't know whether this makes any sense to you. It does to me. It's aggressive, and that might be something that you see at certain points. I don't know whether that's actually going to be what he goes with. What's his best 11 going to be? One thing to understand, the main things to understand here, United are going to play with actual width. It's going to be whoever plays as one of those wingers down that right-hand side. It should be Mbeumo, by the way. And whoever is the aggressive pushing up fullback. Two central midfielders are going to be pretty standard. But as I said, expect this. If I was to say the fundamentals of what to expect United to play a slower game of football, which I actually think is going to be interesting for Carrick, because Old Trafford, right? Old Trafford has been a bit frustrated at times, a lot this season. And if you saw it against Brighton, actually playing out, even sometimes when he went sideways and went backwards, there was like audible moans. Carrick's happy for his teams to be patient. Like when it came to going into Middlesbrough and he arrived and they were 21st and then they pushed up to 4th by the end of the season, had an incredible impact. And then people were questioning about the ceiling and that they couldn't push through. Part of it was to do with this system. But in the short term, expect United to have more of the ball. Expect United to actually have real width. Who that ball falls to is going to be the issue, I suppose. When it falls to Mbeumo, great. But if it falls to Dalot, I don't really want Dalot, or do I want Dorgu in this team? You can have Dorgu in this team. Don't really see a need for Dalot in this team. I'll be honest. I don't. But I'm concerned how you get these two boys in the same starting 11. Because they are our two best players down that right-hand side. And in this system, I don't know whether you can fit them, which is exactly why I was saying, is there a way that he plays with that three at the back system, but instead of pushing up the left wing back or the left full back, I've got to stop saying wing back, man. I'm so entrenched in my head. Instead of pushing up the left one, you push up the right one. And then in that sense, you get that. Which may well be how United end up attacking at some certain points. But overall, it's going to be the same starting setup that Fletcher had. But in how it's executed, it's going to be different. You're going to see United try and control the games a lot more, which shouldn't really be too much of a surprise considering Michael Carrick. We know exactly who he is as a player, and his teams reflect that. They will push one full back up. That's where the width comes from. It stretches the opposition, forces them into a decision. Do we cover the wide men? And if so, we kind of got to split our defence and then leave space in the middle. Or do we stay compact and narrow and therefore leave the space for the wingers? More questions will be asked in that sense. A little bit more width, a little bit more control in the middle, and probably a little bit of a slower pace of football is what I would suggest we're going to expect. Now, what can he do between now and City? I don't quite know. At the very least, it's going to be the same overall setup as Fletcher. But in the execution, maybe that'll take a little bit longer. That's probably his best 11. That's the fundamentals. You can let me know what you think in the comments. As always, I'm looking forward to watching United. It'd be nice, if it actually worked. I've got no idea what to expect.